And we welcome you to the Arctic Edge Ice Arena here in Canton, Michigan, as we get ready for some ACHA Division II hockey. Tonight, the Bradley Braves travel to Michigan to take on the University of Michigan Wolverines. Glad you could join us here on the Bradley Hockey Network. I'm Matt Harrington, providing the play-by-play for tonight's contest. Bradley and Michigan getting ready to meet for the first of two meetings this weekend here in Michigan, and we'll take a look at the quick facts for tonight's game. It's the first time ever, or believed to be the first time ever at least, that Bradley and Michigan have played each other in hockey. And of course, as you see on your screen, Bradley coming off the split against the SIUE Cougars last weekend, a 6-2 win for the Braves last Saturday, in which Tommy Davis had 4 points in that game for Bradley. So big game for their leading scorer, who's now up to 25 total points on the season for the sophomore sensation. And then also Bradley looking to get back to 500 on the road here tonight if they can pick up a win. They are 3-4 on the road entering today. And meanwhile, looking at these Michigan Wolverines, what a turnaround they've had to start this season. They started 0-5 on the year. They lost to Trine a couple of times, their arch rival Michigan State, and Adrian a couple of times as well, some local teams there. But then they've been 8-2 since that point. They went on a 6-game winning streak, lost a couple of games to Miami, Ohio, and Michigan State, but then a sweep of Dayton last weekend that got them back in the win column and above 500 for the first time all season, 8-7 entering tonight. And then also a player to keep an eye on for Michigan, number 88, Ryan Williams. He's got 14 goals in 15 games so far this year for the Wolverines. No one else on the team has more than 6, so they get the bulk of their offense from Ryan Williams, who's been very good so far this season. He's only failed to record a goal in 4 different games, and he did have a goal in each of the games against the Dayton Flyers this past weekend for the Wolverines. So very good stuff from Ryan Williams. Certainly somebody that Bradley's going to want to keep an eye on throughout this contest. We'll take a look at the keys to the game. First for the visiting Braves, certainly I just mentioned it, eyes on Williams. Again, 14 goals in 15 games for him. Also has a pair of assists on the season as well for 16 total points for him. And then also a strong third period. Braves have struggled a bit in the past handful of games in the third period, closing things down. Got outscored 3-0 by SIUE last Friday. A better third period against the Cougars on Saturday. But overall, a very strong third period would certainly help the Bradley Braves in this one. And for the Michigan Wolverines, they've been dealing with some injury problems as well. They have 3 forwards that are out tonight. Owen Collins, Nate Prosecki, and Emmett Mitchell will not be in the lineup tonight for the Wolverines. So next man up mentality for Michigan. We'll see if they can have some players step up. They have a very loaded roster, very deep roster, 31 players on the team. But certainly, obviously, we won't see that many players here tonight. And also treat this game like it's a conference game. We'll get into the conferences for both of these teams a little bit later on in the broadcast. But Michigan, first place right now in the North Division of the Tri-State Conference Hockey League. 4-1-1 record in their leading Ohio State, who is also undefeated right now in the TSCHL. So they haven't played as many conference games as some of their other teams in that conference, but overall need to treat it like a conference game. So Bradley and Michigan getting ready to go here from Canton, Michigan, just outside of Ann Arbor. We'll have puck drop here for you in just a few minutes. The teams have warmed up. They're ready to go. Not quite hitting the ice just yet, but we'll wait for those teams to come out onto the ice, and we'll have Bradley and Michigan coming up here for you on the Bradley Hockey Network. Again, I'm Matt Harrington, who will be providing the play-by-play for you tonight. Stick with us. Bradley and Michigan puck drop coming up next. Welcome back to Canton, Michigan. Just about ready for a face-off between the Braves and the Wolverines here in Canton. Let's take this time now to look at the starting goalies for tonight's contest. We'll start with the visiting Bradley Braves. They're going to be going with Cole Walter, the native of Rochester, Minnesota, who will get the start tonight in goal. He did not play in the series he did play in the series against the SIU Cougars, got the start on Saturday, and picked up the win in goal for Bradley. Meanwhile, at the other end for the Wolverines, they are going to go with the junior Riley Noble, a 5.58 goals against average for him so far on the season, and we'll see if he can maybe improve those numbers a little bit. Did win his last two starts, though, his last one coming against the Ohio Bobcats a couple weeks ago, so look out. Puck already out of play here to start. That one came right over here by the broadcast booth. Hold on to that and give it back in just a little bit. But 8 seconds in, face-off in the neutral zone here for both teams to fight. Braves win the face-off. Sam Lucchese looking to move it up ahead here for the Braves as Zach Pierce takes a ride hard into the Bradley bench. And he's hanging there trying to keep it together, and he's going to go right off for a change. Big hit applied on Zach Pierce going into his own bench as Lucchese will take it and swing it in deep here for Bradley. Get our ice mic going a little bit there. Puck played up near the Michigan area. Chance out front for Davis, leaving it in the slot there as it's pushed up to the wall for Michigan to try and move it. Now Davis, nice move inside the zone and a good save by the goaltender Noble as he gets his first stop of the game for his team. Again, Noble, 5.58 goals against average for him on the year, .865 save percentage, but has certainly improved over the last handful of starts for his club. So we'll see if we can get a good performance from him, or certainly Michigan would like to at least get a good performance from him in the crease. Off the faceoff, pushed out of the zone by the Wolverines as they send it into the zone. Jason Schulman, native of Staten Island, New York. There's Schulman trying to throw it towards the slot area. Trevor Schauty was right there. Now Bishop charging out ahead for Bradley. Seth Bishop plays it into the zone. Michigan takes possession and moves it up. Cooney with a good keep, redirected just wide by Seth Bishop of the Braves. Wolverines able to push it out here, and Bradley will send it right back in as it will roll to Noble. He'll steer it away in for his Michigan defense to regroup. Wolverines able to push it out of the zone. Crandall will scramble back here for Bradley as the Braves look to restart. Here's Corey Kohut now. Forces it out of the zone. Flips it in deep as it's tracked by Paul McDonald, one of the captains of this Michigan team and a native of Rhode Island. Very far he came to play hockey here at Michigan. Sent in deep. That'll be right into the glove of Cole Walter, who will hold it for the stoppage with 18:04 to go here in the first period as you get a good look at Cole Walter in goal for Bradley. Of course, Walter, product of the Peoria Mustangs, native of Rochester, Minnesota, played a couple seasons for the Peoria Mustangs and really improved over the course of the second season as well, and decided to stay in Peoria here and play for the Bradley Braves. Icing waved off here as the Braves able to beat it out as Ben Keller goes back to track it down. Braves pick it up behind the net. Here's a chance for Bradley as they cycle it around. Here's Tommy Davis. Davis looking for a lane, shoots it, and a good stop by Riley Noble. Battle for possession along the wall. That's Andrew Schmidt trying to grab it for Bradley. Davis hard on the forecheck here for the Braves as now Michigan works the transition game across. Davis racing back to get it. They'll meet with Lucchese, and now Schmidt over for Shack, who's on that loose puck for the Braves. A player hits the ice there for Michigan, but swung over to the other side. Lucchese working it right up near our cameras. He'll charge up ahead. There's Sam Lucchese dancing into the zone, sweeps it in front. Good stick work there by Riley Noble to leave it for his defense. Played about 3 minutes here in period number one between these two teams. Meeting for the first time ever. Hard to believe that these Two teams have never gone at it. Of course, long drive for Bradley, about 6 hours here to Michigan, but two very historic programs in the ACHA. Here's a shot that is turned away. Sam Bryan able to keep the zone for Bradley as it's sent around the other side. A chance out front, the shot and a good save by Noble. Another try is denied. That was Ryan Spence with a close range shot that was denied by the goaltender Noble. Kept in at the line. This one's going to hit the ceiling and out of play, but Bradley with a couple of quality chances here in the first period. First handful of minutes. Wolverines again 8-7 on the year. They played one less game than Bradley has. But again, terrific turnaround that they have had starting the season at 0-5 and now up to 8-7. This is the first time all year that they have been above the 500 mark. Braves have been kind of teetering around the 500 mark a few times. They were at 1.4 games above 500, but have been splitting the series the last handful of weekends with their opponents. Back behind the net, this is Ryan Williams, number 88, who I mentioned in the open, a player to watch for the Wolverines. 14 goals on the season for him. Williams out front trying to find the stick of Jimmy Nells. And now played up the boards. Tuttle trying to work it out here, and it's kept by the Wolverines. Good play by them. Now in front, pass picked off by Melbon. And now Tuttle up the boards as it's bumped off by Azarevitz. Into the corner, Williams able to pick it up as he tries to work around the body there of Melbon, who held him up a little bit there along the wall. Now Azarevitz with it. Here for the Wolverines. In front, fanned on by Trevor Schaude. And it's pushed up the wall again as the Braves continue to work in front of their own bench and shoved out. Here's Tommy Davis into the zone, streaking in. Davis gets the shot off. Good save by Noble to keep it out as we remain scoreless. Wolverines trying to push it out here. Big hit thrown by Etchison in the neutral zone. Walter will swing it around the other way. Kohut will let his teammates track it down. That's Bishop along the boards. Working right up in front of the camera. That's Vincent Larson. Now Crandall over for Etchison near the Bradley bench. Chopped up the wall. Forced right back in as Walter deposits it back here for Josh Crandall. Now Bishop. Outlet pass. Perfectly on the stick here of Cam Etchison, who shoots it just wide of the mark. Trying to keep it in there was Kohut. Let it go back and now has to get back defensively. Michigan the other way in front. It's sent wide, or out of play rather, by Sebastian Culver. As we'll see if we can get that one on replay. Take a look at this opportunity that developed in the neutral zone here for Michigan, and they let Culver sneak in, and he just couldn't get a good angle on it to get it over the glove there of Cole Walter. So that will keep us scoreless here with 14-14 to go in the first period of play. Face off in the neutral zone just outside of Bradley territory as Sorrentino will let this one go. Shot on goal is handled by Walter. And now pass goes off the stick of Tommy Davis. Back to get it, Tyson Suggs. Fourth on the team right now in points for Suggs. He's got 5 multi-point games as well for the product of Michigan. Shot on goal, Walter the save, big rebound, taken into the corner as Lucchese will have to go and get it here. Steers it up ahead. Davis off the stick right in front of the Michigan bench. Now over for Lucchese. Here's Sam Lucchese in the corner. Back to the line, Schmidt the drive. That's deflected off the goaltender Noble. And back up ahead comes Michigan. Spence trying to keep it in for Bradley, cannot. Schmidt has to find the stick of Pierce, but he missed the mark. Banked off the boards, Lucchese, and now Spence. Right in front of the Michigan benches. They're right in the middle of a change as well there for the Wolverines. This one's going to be an icing as it was played back behind the red line. So we will go back into Bradley territory here. 13:04 to go in the first period of play. Interesting little storyline tonight for these two teams. Corey Kohut of the Bradley, former junior hockey teammate Sebastian Culver, number 77 of the Michigan Wolverines. Those two play together for the Steamboat Wranglers. back in the 2017-18 season. So cool little storyline as Kohut and Culver meeting again for the first time as collegiate opponents here tonight. Just want to roll back in on the goaltender Noble, and forced out of the zone, or not quite out of the zone, as Rubishko trying to play it here for Michigan. Pierce on the attack for Bradley, lunging out to try and make a play as Jack Flood. Able to keep it as Sam Bryant for the Braves. Chance out in front of the Michigan net. That's banked up out of the zone. Braves go back to get it. Melbon being harassed there by Cullen Core of the Wolverines. Now Pierce with a pass over for Bryant in the neutral zone. Able to stay on sides as Davis trying to feed Jack Flood and his stick. Now Rubishko takes a tumble, a drive, they score! A goal from, it looked like Tommy Davis on the slap shot, and the Braves strike first. It's 1-0. See if we can get a look. Keep an eye on Tommy Davis on your screen there. And see, he loads that puppy up and drives it home for the first goal of the game. So Davis with the goal. And that's a big one to give Bradley the lead here. 1-0 over the Michigan Wolverines. Braves strike first. And David Tuttle picking up the assist. Only assist on that goal from Tommy Davis. So Davis, another goal for him. He's now got a lot on the season. That's number 14 for him here in game number 16. Now Bishop trying to get another goal here for these Bradley Braves. Cooney also in the mix as he's worked there by McDonald. Banked up the boards. Kohut gloves it down. Trying to play it here are the Wolverines as they come into the zone. Big hit thrown. Azarevitz in front just off the stick of Keller. And now back to the point. Wolverines loading it up. That's blocked by the Braves. Cooney back out the other way for Etchison, who's got Bishop with him as well. Here's Cooney, the shot, and a good save. Excuse me, that was Etchison, not Cooney on the shot there, but a good look nonetheless for Bradley as we get a stoppage here. 11:09 to go in the first period of play. 1-0 lead for Bradley on the goal by Tommy Davis, his 14th of the season. Off the face-off. Braves trying to keep it in the zone as it's Schmidt who backs up to make the play. Along the right wing boards, knocked to the ice is Davis. He'll have to scramble back. Here come the Wolverines into the zone. Shouty over in front. Walter the save, still loose in the slot. Another opportunity is right in on goal for Walter, as that was Tyson Suggs getting the shot there for the Wolverines. Walter facing perhaps his most dangerous opportunity of the game for these Bradley Braves. That will keep it at 1-0, 10:44 to go here in the first period of play. Wolverines back behind the net, big hit tossed by Bradley. Davis trying to play it in the corner here as well as it's picked up by Culver. He'll move it to the line, accidentally sent out of his zone. Now Culver right back in. A drive there is sent wide off the stick of Shouty. And the Wolverines will play it along the boards. Good keep in by Vanderoost. Around the other side, Lucchese looking for Shack for the Braves. That pops off the stick of Suggs, who's now it's a 2-on-1. Davis and Sorrentino. Here's Davis, scores! Tommy Davis with his second of the period, and the Braves quickly up 2-0 here in Michigan. Take a look at this play. Tommy Davis elected to keep it himself.
You're 27 unassisted.
And it pays off as Davis has his second goal of this first period. His 15th of the season to give Bradley a 2-0 lead over these Michigan Wolverines. Braves quickly in command here, just 10 minutes in. Now Spence able to take a hold of it now. In front, patted away by the goaltender Noble, and another shot goes wide off the wrist shot And now pushed out by Michigan, or at least trying to get it out. Now they do. Here come the Wolverines, forcing her knocked to the ice on a good defensive play by Melbon. Now Bryant shoves it up ahead, looking for Andrew Spence, as is Zach Pierce, who had it tied up in the skates. Also in there are the legs of Sam Bryant. Ryan Spence will slap it deep. He'll get a change. Andrew Pierce stays out. Now Davis collects it in the neutral zone. Here's Davis looking for the hat trick here and just sent wide. Davis with both the Bradley goals here in the first 10 minutes of this game. Now taken by the Wolverines. Keller will swing it up ahead. Pushed out through neutral territory. Now with it is McDonald. 5-point game for him earlier this year against Central Michigan, Paul McDonald. That one's sent wide. And now played up ahead. Excuse me, that was not Paul McDonald on the 5-point game for Central Michigan, but McDonald with a goal and an assist on the season so far. That was Vincent Larson, who had the 5-point game for the Wolverines back on October 9th for the Michigan Wolverines. A win of 11-1 over the Central Michigan Chippewas, a team Bradley played earlier this year at home, a 2-0 win for the Braves in that. Michigan also had a 2-1 win against Central Michigan. And that was the first 2 wins of the young season for the Wolverines, which they now have 8 of. Down low, here's Williams, the dangerous goal scorer for Michigan. Throws it back up top, sent in deep by Rubishko. Williams back to the line. McDonald a drive, deflects in the slot, handled by Azarevitz, and now sent out by Cooney, who works in front of his own bench. Here's Schmidt trying to look for Bishop on the pass. This is going to be an icing against the Braves instead. So we'll go back down to Bradley territory here with 7:49 to go in this first period of play. If you're just joining us, 2 goals from Tommy Davis right now, the difference for Bradley, number 15 and 16. Or excuse me, 14 and 15 for Tommy Davis on the season. What a year the sophomore from Homer Glen, Illinois is having. He's got a 12 assists and 15 goals right now as well. That shot sent wide off the stick of Vander Oost, up in the air, gloved down by the Wolverines as they keep the play alive. Now here's Sebastian Culver for Michigan. Shot from the point, blocked by Bishop. That'll stay in the zone as Cooney tries to throw it up, accidentally puts it into his own bench here. And we'll get a stoppage of play with 7:27 to go in this first period. A lot of injuries again, as I mentioned, for Michigan right now. They've got 3 key players out. Owen Collins, Nate Prosecki, and Emmett Mitchell, all forwards out tonight for the Wolverines with various injuries. Chance in front, Walter the save, and now picked up by Tommy Shack, who will airmail this one out of the zone. Good, dangerous looking chance for the Wolverines, but Walter standing tall. Now here's Shack in front. Davis trying to go over. Shack scores! Tommy Shack able to put it home, and the Braves lead it 3-0 here in period number 1. Keep an eye on this play. You see Davis out front keeping that play alive, and we'll get the scoring here.
I got 5, 27, 36.
So Sorrentino picking up an assist as well on that goal from Tommy Shack. His 3rd goal of the year. He did have a goal in the win against SIUE on Saturday. So now he's got goals for the first time all year in back-to-back games for Tommy Shack. So big goal there for the Braves to push the lead to 3-0 right now in the first. Still lots of time left in this hockey game. 6:47 remaining in the first period. But nonetheless, a good sign for these Bradley Braves in their longest road trip of the season here to Canton, Michigan, just outside of Detroit. and just outside of Ann Arbor as well, as Crandall will play it up ahead here for the Braves. 6:22. Clock ticking away in the first. A 3-0 lead for Bradley. Handle that neutral ice. Here's Coat charging into the zone, shoots it, and a glove save for Riley Noble. He allowed 2 goals in his last outing against the Ohio Bobcats on October 22nd. Another conference opponent, Ohio, who is 3-3 on the season. And we'll get into the standings a little bit at the start of the second period for both of these teams and where they stand entering tonight. Here's a chance now. Azarevitz across, looking for the stick of Nels, and it's intercepted by Bradley. The Spence brothers playing catch here as they cross the line. Ryan Spence's shot is blocked. Good step-up play by the Wolverines. Now Bradley, Andrew Spence will send it high off the glass. Luke Case trying to keep it here, as he'll have to scramble back. Here's Williams into the zone. Good speed, backhander in, and denied. Rebound, they score! That went off a Bradley defender in front, but Michigan answers. They get their first goal of the lead. It's 3-1. First goal of the game for the Wolverines. That was much needed. Needed to get that goal to stop the bleeding, and they do.
12-88-97.
So you hear the scoring there for the Wolverines on the goal. That's Jimmy Nels. And that's a big goal for Michigan to make it 3-1 here with 5:32 remaining in the period. Jimmy Nels picking up his 3rd goal of the season. And his now goals in 2 straight for him. He picked up 2 in the win against Dayton last Saturday. So Nels continues his hot streak. Michigan right back at it. Culver knocked down to the ice by Zach Melbon. Good defensive play from him. Now Bryant, Tuttle shoves it out of the zone. Late offside here as it's touched up by the Wolverines, and we'll get a stoppage with 5:03 to play. Ryan Williams also picking up an assist on that goal, his 3rd of the season. And Azarevitz with his 9th assist as well on that goal for the Wolverines. Michigan averaging 3.86 goals per game entering play here tonight. Bradley with 4.31. So a little bit of a higher mark for the Braves. Already with 3 here though in the first. Now shoved up the wall, Coat able to grab it. And now into the zone, Etchison, the shot that's deflected into the corner for Bishop. Trying to play it here for the Braves. Now Cooney worked up along the wall, puck comes free to Crandall at the point. His shot bounces off the boards, big rebound comes off. And Forstner trying to get it out here for Michigan as it will deflect and stay alive. Greg Christian back to get it for the Wolverines. Now up out of the zone, that's flipped up past, or not past the red line, so it'll be an icing against Michigan. And they're trying to get a quick change, but of course can't change on an icing, so they'll have to stay with the remaining players that they have out on the ice. .4:11 remaining in this first period here in Canton, Michigan. Braves and Wolverines, first of 2 between these 2 teams, and the first ever time that these 2 teams have met in hockey. Luke Case trying to go for Sorrentino here for Bradley. Flung up the boards. It rolls to Luke Case, who will deposit it into the corner. Here's Christian now for Michigan as it's handled there by Hubert. Big hit thrown behind the net. Bradley picks it up. Luke Case winds it up, deflects, and held on to by Riley Noble. Maybe his best save of the game right there. It looked like it changed direction in midair and keeps this game at 3-1. He's made a couple of big saves in this game. .336 remaining in the first. Face-off won by Pierce, trying to go in front for Andrew Spence as the Spence line out there with Zach Pierce tonight. And down low in front, again, Andrew Spence, the intended target, rolls to Lucchese, who will pivot it down low. Spence taking a body in the corner, out front, handled by the Braves, and now moved around to the other side. Forced up out of the zone by Michigan as they come across the line. Here's McDonald, shoots it in on goal. Walter juggled, rebound, they score! That's Jimmy Nels again, his second of the game, and Michigan has made it real interesting here, 3-2. So Jimmy Nels with 2 goals now for Michigan. He's got his second multi-goal game in a row.
12-3, 97.
So a big goal there for Michigan. And 5 goals in this first period. Lots of action here as Michigan has responded with 2 goals of their own to cut this lead from 3-0 to 3-2. And now across the line here they come. McDonald into the offensive zone. Big hit thrown on Nels, who they'll have to keep an eye on, who's got 2 goals already. Davis also with 2 for Bradley. Shot deflects in front. Walter the save. It's loose. Williams trying to hack away at it. And now Bradley able to move it out as Davis plays it along the boards. Michigan with a good pushback here late in this first period. 7 minutes ago, this game was 3-0 in favor of the Braves. I'm going to face off back down in their defensive zone here. Jack Flood will battle Ryan Williams, or excuse me, Trevor Shouty for Michigan. One back, the shot, that goes wide, coming off the stick of Ethan Vanderoos. And now moved out of the zone. Michigan back to regroup. Time winding down in this first, 2:14 to go in it. Braves holding on to a 3-2 lead. A lot of goals here in this first stage of this hockey game. Now Bryant will track it down here for Bradley. Long pass looking for Tommy Davis. That's going to be another icing against the Braves. No, it's not. Another icing. Looked like it might have been tipped as they keep it alive. Here's Bishop, able to hold the zone for Bradley. And Cooney working there as well. And delayed offsides. Michigan has it. A turnover nearly at center, but it will go back for Kohut, who gloves it down. There's Kohut. Nearly gave it away. Cooney in there for the Braves. Culver goes down to his knees. Now Bishop racing back the other way. Here's Etchison back with it. That shot deflects and goes out of play for a whistle with 1:21 to go in this first period. 3-2 lead again for Bradley. Again, these two teams very evenly matched. Records almost identical, 9-7 for Bradley, 8-7 for Michigan. And again, first ever meeting between these two programs in their long storied histories. Here's a chance out front for the Braves, and Noble had his defense bail him out that time. Now back the other way. Here's Nels looking for the hat trick. Nels and Davis with 2 goals each for their teams. As here comes Bradley. Shack, nice move into the zone. Shack denied. A great play by Riley Noble in the goal crease. Boy, Tommy Shack putting on the dangles there for Bradley, but that keeps this game at 3-2. Bradley trying to get their multi-goal lead back here before we head to our first intermission. Off the face-off, taken a hold of by Larson. Vincent Larson, the junior defenseman, having a great season for Michigan, who's got 14 points already on the year. He only had 4 total the season before. So Larson been one of the big contributors for this Wolverines club. Here's Lucchese now for Bradley. So he'll shove it out. Pierce looking for Davis. Good hustle by Tommy Davis. Takes it to the corners. He's railed in the back behind the net. 23 seconds to play in the period. Michigan with 2 goals to get this game at 3-2. Here's a chance out front, broken up by the stick work of Schmidt. Now Lucchese will let this one go to Huber at center as Davis down back below the Bradley goal with 4 seconds to play. And this one will be just held by Sam Lucchese, and that will do it for the first period of play. A lot of action in that period as the Bradley Braves take a 3-2 lead into the first intermission over the Michigan Wolverines here in Canton, Michigan. Braves scored the first 3 of the period, 2 from Tommy Davis and 1 from Tommy Shack. So the Tommies getting on the scoreboard here so far in the first for Bradley. And then Michigan responded with 2 goals from Jimmy Nels, his 3rd and 4th of the season for Michigan, as it's a 3-2 lead for Bradley after 1. So again, that's your scoring summary in the first period. Bradley on top on the road here, 3-2 after the first. We'll take a break for the intermission. We'll come back and break down the standings for both of these teams in their respective conferences and where they stand heading into next weekend, which of course is off for Thanksgiving, but then both these teams will have some conference action coming up the following weekend. So we'll break that down and what it means for the 2 teams. But Bradley, 3-2 lead over Michigan after 1 period of play here on the Bradley Hockey Network. I'm Matt Harrington providing the play-by-play. We'll be back for period number 2 between the Bradley Braves and the Michigan Wolverines after the Zamboni. Stick with us. Welcome back to Canton, Michigan. Just about ready to go for period number 2 between the Bradley Braves and the Michigan Wolverines here in Canton, Michigan. 3-2 lead for Bradley at the end of the first period, or start of the second period, I should say now. Let's take this time quickly to go through the standings and where these teams stand in terms of this weekend for Bradley in the Maca Gold. The leader right now in that conference, Iowa State, with a perfect 8-0 record. And Maryville also up there as well. Bradley 6-5. They do have the most goals in the conference. Meanwhile, Michigan 4-1-1. They are leading the TSCHL North Division entering play today. And we'll check in on those standings a little bit later as well. So the team switching ends here, as Bradley will now be moving from left to right and Michigan from right to left. Charging up ahead into the zone is Ryan Williams as the Wolverines take it behind the net. Back to the point. Long shot deflects wide of Cole Walter on the shot from Tyson Suggs. Now back up to the point. Suggs shooting again, deflects. That one looked like it caught the body of Jimmy Nels in front for Michigan. And now pushed out of the zone by the Braves. Suggs back to play it. Intercepted by Jack Flood, who gave it away right back to the Wolverines. Now at neutral ice. Puck up for grabs right near the face-off circle at center ice. And intercepted again by Suggs, who's had the puck a lot here over the first minute or so of this period. Good defensive play from Jack Flood. No penalties, by the way, in that first period, so both teams staying out of the box so far. And Davis will play it here. Here's Davis behind the net, leaves it for Flood. Here is Jack Flood trying to go for Pierce, but he was knocked off by a Wolverine. Schulman up the boards. Davis trying to motion it back here for Melbon. Flood in there as well. Flood had it, fanned on it, and pushed out by Michigan. Here they come across center. Tuttle got the stick on it. And right back into the zone. Tuttle, the shot, the save. And the rebound is held by Riley Noble. Good looking chance for Bradley. As we'll see Tuttle with a good play with the stick there for David Tuttle. And he left it there. It looked like Sam Bryant on the shot attempt for Bradley. Actually, that was Tommy Davis, not Sam Bryant for the Braves. So that keeps it at 3-2 in favor of the Braves. Up off the glass, kept in as it rolls to Noble. And now swung around to the other side. Etchison racing after it here. Takes a bump. And now Cooney getting muscled there and manhandled behind the Bradley net. The Wolverines able to force it out. Here's Brock Huber streaking in. Diving player there in front of the Michigan net, as I believe the net came, in front of the Bradley net. Net comes off its moorings, so we get a stoppage with 17:46 to go in this second period. Braves will get some new players out there. Corey Kohut and Josh Crandall, the defense pairing out there right now for the Braves. Off the face-off, Cooney trying to win it back here for Bradley. Just out of the zone. This will be a delayed offsides as Walter gets a piece of it here, and the Braves will take it out ahead. Here is good speed. Kohut takes a big hit, and it's bumped back by Bishop as he'll swing it over for Crandall. Now Bishop, good hands through center. Here's Seth Bishop, the backhander. Tough angle shot denied by Noble. Now Bishop with it again as he takes a ride in the boards. Drew a penalty in the process. Braves will be going on the power play here in just a minute. And so we will get our first penalty of the game here. Not sure what the call is, but Bishop drew the penalty right in front of the holding is the call on Vincent Larson. He's been one of their better defensemen so far this season. So Bradley getting their first power play try of this game. They enter today 21.3% on the power play. A number that has dipped a little bit from where it's been at so far this year, but they are 16 for 75, had a couple of power play goals against the Cougars of SIUE last Saturday. Now a shorthanded chance perhaps for Forstner as he's slowed at the line. And now Davis will gather in that loose puck. Here is Tommy Davis into the zone. Got Cooney with him on the other side. Davis back for Cooney on the right wing side. For Davis down low as he's muscled there by Suggs. Now Davis swings it across. Melba on the shot. That deflects high off the glass. Bryant pinching in to keep it for the Braves. Here's Bryant. Stutters a bit. Moves it back up top for Melbon. Or Davis, rather. Now Bryant shoots. Glove save by Noble. Didn't know where it was for a minute. And now backhanded all the way down the ice by the Wolverines. Good clear by them. As Pierce is going to stay up top and beg for the pass for Bradley. Etchison flings it over here for Bradley as Melbon plays it in the zone. Left it for Pierce. Bishop. And he'll handle it here. Down low for Ryan Spence. Second power play unit out now for Bradley. Coat, his shot deflects off the stick of Bishop and off the glass. Now Ryan Spence looks for a lane. Coat at the back door. Great save, Noble. Denying him with the shoulder. Now Bishop with it for Bradley. Behind the net as he circles the ice. And now bank pass over for Coat, who will take it at the point. Deflects off a stick. Michigan will handle this. It's McDonald as he'll play it out of the zone. And Lucchese has to win the foot race there for Bradley on this power play. 18 seconds to go for the Braves. One last chance to get things set up. Here's Davis. He'll dump it in the corner. Pierce will chase after it here as he works against McDonald. Coat coming in to make a play. Giveaway in front. Here's Cooney. Denied again by Noble. Close range. Noble keeping his team in this game right now. What a save. Take a look at this one right up close. You see Corey Coat keeps this play alive, and then the giveaway right into the hands of Trevor Cooney, who is denied by Riley Noble up front. So that keeps it at 3-2. Power play has since expired for Bradley, so they are 0 for 1 on the night. Face-off won by Shouty for Michigan. And now picked off. Here's a chance. They score! David Tuttle picks up the goal for Bradley, and they make their lead go back to 2. It's 4-2. That's the second
73-24.
Second goal of the season for David Tuttle. And what a play there for the Braves. First goal for Tuttle since October 16th against the St. Louis Billikens. So Bradley makes it 4-2 on the goal from Tuttle. It's a big goal just after the power play had expired. And Braves get their multi-goal lead back. It's Tuttle trying to play it here for the Braves again. That's got to feel good for David Tuttle, his first goal in over a month. Back the other way, Schulman charging in. Good save, Walter. Rebound taken to the corner here by the Braves. Back to the line. Vander Roos the shot. Good block by Tuttle as a man goes down behind the Bradley cage. Walter just going to hold on to this one against the boards, and that will get a stoppage here with 14:24 to go in the second. But a big goal from David Tuttle, the 6'4" senior out of Chesterfield, Missouri, picking up his second goal of the year and first in over a month. Off the face-off in the Bradley defensive zone. Braves will try and charge ahead. Etchison wins the race as he gets to it here. Tries to toss it toward the front. Cooney after it as well. There's a drive from Schmidt that deflects in front and banked up out of the boards by Cullen Core, native of Irving, Texas. Braves fire it right back in. Steered away to the corner by Noble as Michigan will send it off the glass and back down as Schmidt will take it here for Bradley. Apologies about all the people that we've had jump in front of the camera. We're right up close near the glass here tonight in Canton, Michigan. And that's just where we were put, so apologies again for the people blocking the play, but nonetheless, 4-2 Braves here in period 2. Here comes Bradley in the zone again. A shot there is punched away by Riley Noble as Bradley gets a change here in the offensive zone. Sorrentino hustling after it for Bradley. And now Michigan will play it here. Crandall just gets a piece of it. Delayed offsides for the Braves as Keller trying to play it for for Michigan. Now Coat into the zone. His shot bounces off of Suggs and into the corner. Here's Shack at the point. Crandall slides it over. Coat. Corey Coat with a beautiful shot. And it is a 5-2 lead for the Bradley Braves. Take a look at this shot from Corey Coat. Good goal for Coat.
You're at 6'5", 27.
And Shack and Davis picking up the assists on that goal for Corey Coat. That is his 8th goal on the season. And that will make it a 3-goal lead again. So Bradley has gotten back the 2 goals that Michigan was able to cut into their lead. And so comfortable lead now for Bradley. But of course we've seen Michigan push back before in this game, and we'll see if they can do it again. So Coat with a goal, Tuttle with a goal, Davis with 2. And the other goal in this game belonging to Tommy Shack. Those are your goal scorers for Bradley. Now into the zone, Pierce met by Larson, and Bryant plays it into the zone as McDonald is pinned up along the wall. Now taken a hold of by the Wolverines as they bank it up. Huber the intended target. It rolls right ahead, but a good cut down play by Michigan. Now McDonald trying to play it here. He'll just let it go to the goaltender, and it's held on to. New goaltender in for Michigan in this game. That's number 39, Christopher Scott, who is the replacement for the goaltender Riley Noble, who was pulled after the most recent goal. Scott, his numbers on the year, 1-5, but a 4.59 goals against average and a .870 save percentage. Here's Davis looking for the hat trick. Tough angle denied by Scott, and that goes out of play. Stopping the clock with 11:54 to go in this second period. So Scott, a little bit better numbers entering than Noble did, but he just has not been able to get in the win column a whole lot. Here's a chance out front. Davis just had it roll off the stick. Now back to the point. This one's going to escape the reach of Schmidt, who will have to come all the way down here for Bradley. Schmidt will take it behind the net and hold it. And he'll move up ahead, just missing the stick of Davis. Tuttle working for Bradley here. Paul McDonald also out there as well. A couple of 6-foot-plus players there. Now Flood back to the point. Here's Lucchese. The shot right in square on the big M of the chest of Scott. And he'll hold it for a whistle with 11:21 to go in period 2. Again, we'll have game number 2 of this series tomorrow, coming up at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 6 o'clock Central. Half-hour early start tomorrow. Of course, cross time zones here for Bradley today on their trip to Michigan. There's a chance the other way. Culver trying to move into the zone, and Coat working there. A couple of junior teammates, as I mentioned earlier. Culver and Coat play together for the Steamboat Wranglers, and meeting here tonight for the first time as college teammates. Walter will leave it back behind the goal. Crandall able to bank it off the glass here for Bradley. Swept back by Caden Rubishko, native of Lakeville, Minnesota. Played his high school hockey at Lakeville South High School. Now Michigan the other way into the zone. Trevor Schaude. He's got 6 goals on the year, second on the team for the Wolverines. Good moves into the zone. Here's Bishop. Got some room, shoots. Good stop by Christopher, who just got a piece of it. Christopher Scott, that is. And now up in the neutral zone, played by Schulman, who gets leveled there by a Bradley Brave. Braves pick it up again. Here's Sorrentino on the left wing. Sorrentino holds it, looking for an open man as Melbon has it roll off his stick. They'll have to regroup at center ice. We're halfway through this hockey game now. So we've hit the 10-minute mark in period 2 and a 5-2 lead for these Bradley Braves here on the road, trying to pick up a big road win in a tough environment at Michigan. Shack dancing his way through a trio of Wolverines. And now back to the line. Melbon has it deflect off a body. And Davis trying to get the upper hand there as Sorrentino throws the body. Delayed offside for the Braves as they tag up. Back to get it is Tyson Suggs. Long pass goes too far, and we'll get an icing against Michigan. Back down to Wolverine territory. 9:23 to go in the second period. Again, Michigan looking for win number 3 in a row here, and number 9 on the season. Going to have a timeout here for,
Timeout Michigan.
as you hear Michigan from the referee. So 5-2 lead for Bradley. Michigan has had to make a goaltending change in this game. Christopher Scott, the new goalie. Riley Noble pulled after giving up 5 goals. Well, we get a break in the action. Let's go back to something that I pulled up earlier in this period, and that is the current standings for both of these teams. Bradley, of course, in the Maca Gold Division, and Michigan in the TSCHL, the Tri-State Conference Hockey League, or Tri-State Collegiate Hockey League for Michigan. And they are in first place right now with a 4-1-1 record. Ohio State undefeated in that side. Over on the other side, though, Miami, Ohio leading in the South Division with an 8-0-0 record, so they're a team to certainly keep an eye on. Michigan lost to Miami, Ohio 4-3, a good battle from Michigan against a really good Redhawks team. And meanwhile, Bradley 6-5 in conference play this season and 9-7 overall. So there's a look at some of the conference standings for the two teams. Of course, this is not a conference game, but they'll have a lot more coming up in the near future. Bradley will be at Maryville, not next weekend, of course, as they're off for the Thanksgiving holiday, but the following weekend as the Braves will head down to Maryville to take on the Saints. Here's Pierce picking it up. Good play. Pierce, his shot goes off. Look out in front and steered away by Scott. Good play from the goaltender, Scott, to keep that out of the net. Now in front, rolls around up in the air, and that's going to deflect out of play. 8:43 to go in period 2. Cole Walter, again the starter for Bradley tonight, who's made some big saves. I'd say there's a pretty good chance we're going to see Devin Schneider tomorrow for Bradley. Typically we don't see at the collegiate level the starter going in back-to-back nights. Long shot thrown on, handled by Walter, who has to come out on that shot from Ben Keller, and he'll hang on. But typically we don't see the starter in back-to-back nights for the Bradley Braves, or really any college team, that is. But we'll see if we get Schneider tomorrow for the Braves. Meanwhile, taken behind the net by Bradley in their defensive end. That's deflects, hits off a Michigan player, so no icing. Davis, look at the speed here. He throws the snow off the glass. Now low in front, the shot is blocked. I think it went off of Jack Flood in front there for Bradley. And now over to the other side for Davis, who takes the body into the corner. Flood on that loose puck. Now Davis behind the net trying to get the hat trick tonight. He's had a lot of points, 2 goals, 2 assists already. So this is his second straight game of 4 or more points for Tommy Davis. Now Flood leaves it back for Davis. Can't get the shot off as he is thrown to the ice by Ryan Williams, and that's going to be a penalty against Michigan. And Davis got a faceful there from Williams. See if we can maybe catch this. Take a look. Davis gets just chucked to the ice by Williams, and that'll be a penalty every time. So a roughing call against Williams. And so we'll have a power play here for the Braves. Their second power play of the game. They are 0 for 1, but they did score right after their first one. And so here we go. Face-off won by Spence, or not won by Spence rather, as he looked like he had it for a moment, but cleared down by Michigan. Back down to Bradley territory as they regroup here with 1:45 to go on the power play. Braves move ahead into the zone. Good play by Kohut to force that down low. Spence in there with Bishop for the Braves. Thrown down by Jason Schulman, who will kill some more time off this Michigan penalty. Long stretch pass for Etchison, and he misses the mark on his pass for Cooney. No icing here against the Braves as we keep playing on. McDonald trying to go ahead for the stick of Sebastian Culver. Braves, again, out of the zone into the offensive zone for Michigan, or the offensive zone for Bradley, rather. And now onto the tape of Cooney. Here's Trevor Cooney. Takes a big hit into the corner by Vincent Larson, the junior defenseman. Pierce in there as well. Digs it free. Here's Pierce looking for a man out front, and that's Sam Bryant that went down for the Braves. Now could be a 2-on-1 the other way for Michigan. Here's Huber. Got Larson with him. Huber scores! Short-handed goal for the Wolverines. That's a big one, and that will swing the momentum right back into Michigan's favor. It's 5-3. So a short-handed goal
at 26 unassisted
for the Wolverines, and that will be Brock Huber on the goal. Just his second point of the year and his first goal of the season as well for Brock Huber. And that is just the second shorthanded goal that the Braves have allowed all season long, and their first since the game against Illinois State all the way back on September 23rd. So just the second shorthanded goal of the season allowed by Bradley, but that will certainly be a big push for Michigan's momentum as it's cleared down, 18 to go on the power play for the Braves. These next 6 minutes are going to be pivotal here for Michigan to try and get right back in this game. We've seen them push back already a couple times in this game. Now Tuttle. Stick knocked out of the hands of Flood, and now Michigan the other way. Look out. Here's Ryan Williams. Saved by Walter. Rebound. Another save by Cole Walter, who makes a tremendous stop. That was one of the better looking chances for Michigan, and Cole Walter standing tall here for these Bradley Braves as it remains 5-3. So here we go again off the face-off. Crandall trying to play it up the boards, and does, as it's gathered at center by the Wolverines. The intended target, Ben Keller. And now into the zone as Crandall has to win the foot race there as he meets Jimmy Nels, who's got 2 for Michigan. Puck handled by Bishop. He's taken down. No call there. Not sure if he lost edge or got tripped up, but nonetheless will play on. Here's Etchison shoving up ahead for Bishop. Michigan takes possession. Azarevitz with it now. Steers it up ahead. Crandall trying to make a play for Bradley's defense. Azarevitz able to play it, and we're going to have a whistle here, as I believe it's an offside here against the Braves with 4:54 to go in this second period. But again, this has been an entertaining game. We've only had 2 goals this period after we had 5 in the first. Excuse me, we've had 3 goals in this period, 2 from Bradley and 1 from Michigan. Here's Vander Oost into the zone now for the Wolverines. Keeping it in at the right point is Christian. Davis now finds that loose puck, and he'll bank it to the line, but not out as he had it stripped away. Good play by the Wolverines to keep it alive as it goes up high A couple players going at it in front of the Bradley net. Clock continuing to wind down here in the second. 4:22 to go. Walter the save as we get a little extracurricular activity in front of that. That's Trevor Schauty there for Michigan. The second period has been the strongest for Bradley on the year. They've scored 30 goals in it, and now I guess technically 32. But entering today's game, they are outscoring opponents 30-14. That is by far the best period they've had. And outscoring Michigan 2-1 here in this period tonight. Now Crandall up ahead for Spence. We're going to have a penalty here against the Braves. And not sure what the call is going to be, but I believe it's going to be on Josh Crandall.
15 red, high stick.
And so Crandall's going to go to the box for high sticking for Bradley. And now we're going to get our chance to see this Michigan power play for the first time. Bradley had done a great job of staying out of the box in this game. And the first penalty for the Braves coming at the 4:10 remaining mark of the period. But a big chance for Michigan to get closer to getting this game tied. 2-goal deficit for them right now. See what they can do on their first power play. Here's Keller. They'll swing it over. Fake shot deflects just wide in front. Sebastian Culver on the attempt there for Michigan. Now Culver holding it in the corners. He works it back to the point. Van der Oost back for Culver on the left wing here for the Wolverines. Now Van der Oost swings it over for Keller. Keller shot deflects. That stung right off of Ryan Spence, but he might have saved a big chance for Michigan. He's laboring out there right now for Bradley, but sticking with it. Kudos to Spence for showing some toughness. Now this shot deflects in front. Huber chasing after it as he meets there with a Bradley Brave. That puck is just kept in at the line as Keller holds on. Keller shoots, deflects in front as it's steered to the corner. Forstner with it on the right wing side. They'll find a man back to the point. Keller wrist shot, blocked again, this time by Andrew Spence. As he is in some pain and now finally cleared by Bradley. What a great start to the power play though for Michigan. 38 seconds to go on the power play. Cooney intercepts. That'll kill off some more time. Good play by Trevor Cooney. Ben Keller will wait for some reinforcements here. 23 seconds to go on the Michigan power play. Here come the Wolverines. Nels looking for Azarevitz. Nels back for Azarevitz as they play catch on the left side. Here's Van der Oost back for Azarevitz. Shoots, saved by Walter. Rebound, and now pushed out nearly by the Braves as it's kept in. Braves kill off the penalty back to full strength here as Bryant has it, and I think we may have another penalty coming up, or maybe, I think, yes, we are going to have either a hand pass or a penalty. I couldn't see the official signal, and I'm not sure what we got here. Oh, this is against Michigan, it looks like here, actually. And I thought it was against Bradley at first because the official blew it dead when Bradley had possession of the puck. But this is going to be a penalty on Michigan. Azarevitz is going to go to the box on a holding call here. And so Bradley will go back on the power play here for the third time tonight. Big break there for Bradley. It looked like it was going to be against them, but instead they get a power play out of it here with 2:03 to go in the period. So Bradley will have a power play here for just about the remainder of this second frame if they do not score. Here's Bryant. Quick movement over to Melbon. Melbon just missed the intended redirect to Pierce. Now Cooney moves it down low for Davis. Davis out front, Cooney. Intercepted by Huber, who will force it out. Perhaps another shorthanded chance for the Wolverines. Forstner trying to go in the slot as it's taken now by Tommy Davis with speed. Here's Davis on the right wing side. Leaves it back in the slot. Back over for Davis, and it's picked off. And a chance ahead here for Nels. Looking for the hat trick in alone. Saved by Walter. What a stop to keep this game at 5-3. Wow, what a play by Cole Walter. That would have been the hat trick for Jimmy Nels. And it also would have been the second shorthanded goal of the game for Michigan. So a tremendous play by Cole Walter. That could be a save we look back on in this game should Bradley go on to win. Braves, though, stuck in their own end here on the power play after that shorthanded rush, and now moved ahead. Here's Sam Bryant holding it for Bradley. Moves it back to the line for Lucchese. His shot blocked. Here we go again. The pass up ahead for Williams. Lucchese running back, makes a defensive play in front. They score! Michigan with their second shorthanded goal of the game. And once again, it's a one-goal hockey game here in Canton. Take a look at this play and let's get the official scoring. That's going to be Jimmy Nels with the hat trick here for Michigan. And that will make it 5-4. And once again, Michigan has battled back to make it a one-goal game for the second time in this game. So two shorthanded goals by Michigan. Impressive stuff from the Wolverines. And now with 50 seconds to go, we'll see if we get one last push by the Braves on this power play. Look out, here's a chance for Pearson front. Off save, point blank by Scott. One of the best saves of the night from him. And now forced up out of the zone with 30 to go on the Bradley power play and 32 to go in this period. Bradley desperately needing to get back in their multi-goal lead that they've let slip twice tonight. Now Cooney trying to go for Davis on the far side, and Davis gave it away again. Odd man rush the other way for Culver, who's met by Schmidt. Culver saved by Walter, and Culver took a big ride into the boards, and Michigan barking for a penalty. Couldn't tell if he got shoved or not here at the end. Let's see. Keep an eye on Corey Kohut here as he lunges out the stick, and yeah, Kohut might have given him a shove there behind the net. Bradley will be lucky not to pick up a penalty on that play. And so 7 seconds to go in the period, or excuse me, in the power play, 9 to go in the period. And a face-off in the offensive zone for Michigan. Michigan coaching staff not happy that that was not a penalty against Corey Kohut after the play. Taken back behind the net. Bryant crunched up along the boards. Spence just going to eat it here for the final 3 seconds, and that's how this second period is going to come to an end, as once again, both teams getting a bunch of goals. And Bradley with 2 in the period, Michigan with 2 in the period, but a 5-4 lead for Bradley after 2 periods of play. Certainly a lot of things to work on, though, for Bradley, as they gave up 2 shorthanded goals in that period for the Wolverines. So not a good sign, as Bradley had only 1 shorthanded goal against entering play tonight, and they have 2 that period. So not a good sign there for Bradley, but they do have the 5-4 lead right now over Michigan in the second period, and we'll see if they can fix things going into the third. But again, 5-4, lots of action here. Tuttle getting a goal for Bradley, and Jimmy Nels with a hat trick right now for Michigan, and that's where we stand after 2. Bradley 5, Michigan 4. We're going to have a good third period on our hands here in Michigan as well, and we'll see what we get in that third once we get there. But for now, we'll step aside for the second intermission. Braves leading the Wolverines 5-4 here on the Bradley Hockey Network. Glad you could join us. I'm Matt Harrington. We'll be back for period 3 in just a little bit. Stick with us. We welcome you back here to Canton, Michigan, as we're just about ready to go for the third period between Bradley and Michigan in this ACHA Division II matchup. And the first ever meeting between these two schools has been a good one. 5-4 lead for Bradley. They led 3-0. Then Michigan cut it to 5-2. Excuse me, 3-2. Then Bradley got two more to get their second 3-goal lead of the game. But Michigan has battled back once again to make it interesting here. 5-4 as we enter this third period of play. And the story of the game right now is the two shorthanded goals for Michigan. And just the one shorthanded goal allowed by Bradley entering today. But that has changed as Michigan has gotten two shorties here in the hockey game and trying to come back against this Bradley Braves team that is looking to win their fourth game in 5 games. Or their, fourth game in 5 games. And Michigan, meanwhile, trying to win their third in a row if they can come back. Braves are just about ready to go, and so are the Wolverines. Again, teams will switch sides, so Michigan now moving from left to right, Bradley from right to left. Goaltender Christopher Scott in net for Michigan, who has not allowed a goal so far after taking over for the goaltender Riley Noble of the Wolverines. So we'll see what we get in this third period. Michigan coming out, and a shot is held onto by Walter as he takes a shower from Azarevitz. 5-4 lead again for Bradley. 2 goals for Tommy Davis. David Tuttle with a goal. Corey Kohut and Tommy Shack, the other 3 goal scorers for Bradley. And Davis also has a pair of assists as well. So he's got a 4-point night for the second game in a row for these Bradley Braves. Off the face-off, a tie-up here. Lucchese trying to shove it up the wall. Now Azarevitz and Michigan working here. Spence to Andrew Spence, and now Ryan Spence, the 2 Spence brothers out there for the Braves to begin this third period. Now Ryan Spence will play it over, but it's picked off. Here come the Wolverines through center with speed. Here's Azarevitz. Williams setting up shop in front of the net. Azarevitz with it in front, scores! It's Williams, and it's a 5-5 game. We'll watch this on replay, but keep an eye on number 88, Ryan Williams. We talked about him in the open, and he gets the job done in front of the net.
88-97.
Good feed from Azarevitz. And that will make things a 5-5 hockey game here in Canton, Michigan, as Bradley has now given up 3 goals in a row as Michigan has fought back. Credit to them for fighting back in this game. A lot of game left, though, 19 minutes of it, and we'll see how the Braves respond. But we are tied for the first time since this game was 0-0. All the way back in the first period. So down by 3 twice, and Michigan has fought back to get this game even up. 3 assist night now for Nick Azarevitz, the native of Canton, Michigan, right here in his hometown. He, of course, was the product of the Johnstown Tomahawks in the NAHL. And also had a 4-point night against CMU. So this is his 4th multi-point game of the season. And he's had a good night so far for Michigan. Now Melbon avoids most of that hit. Bishop goes hard into the boards for Bradley as Etchison picks it off. Here's Etchison with it for the Braves. And now taken away by the Wolverines as they'll clear this down. This will be an icing against Michigan. As Bryant wins the foot race, we'll go back down to Michigan territory. Just a minute and a half into this third period of play between these two very evenly matched teams. 8-7 overall for Michigan entering today, 9-7 overall for Bradley entering today. And you see why it's a 5-5 game. Kohut keeps it in, shoots, deflects off the glass. And now Etchison winning the race. Diving effort there from the Wolverines as it's played down low by Schulman. He'll force it out of the zone, and once again, it will be an icing against Michigan as Crandall is able to get there first, and another icing against the Wolverines. It was 3-2 Braves after the first, and then 5-4 after the second in favor of Bradley. And again, first time in this game that we have been tied since it was 0-0. Atchison off the drop, fires wide. Bishop trying to get there for Bradley. And now Crandall's got a race to get it as he takes a tumble down. Atchison trying to play it for Cooney. Michigan regrouping here in the defensive end. About 2 minutes gone in this period. Already a goal for Michigan as it will roll on to Walter. He'll hold for a stoppage as Trevor Schauty trying to get that puck free from Walter, but wisely hangs on. Third period for Bradley this year. They are outscoring their opponents 21-15. They've allowed 15 in the first entering today, 14 in the second, and 15 in the third. So pretty even distribution on the goals against, but already one given up here in this third period by Bradley. See what Michigan can do now, as they have not led in this hockey game. Back to get it is Keller. And now over for McDonald. 2-3 there for Michigan. Now Lucas gonna have to step up here as he's met by Burke into the corner. Big collision between those two. And Davis, and we're gonna get a penalty here against the Braves. It's gonna be an elbowing call, I believe, against Tommy Shack of Bradley. And now Michigan's gonna go on the power play once again here. So yes, Tommy Shack goes to the box for the elbow. And now a chance for Michigan to take their first lead of the game. On another power play chance for them. Of course, it's been the shorthanded team that's gotten the goals tonight for them. Two shorthanded. But now we'll see if they can strike on the power play here. Face-off taken by the Wolverines. Here's Nels. He's got a hattie tonight. And now taken by Williams. Back up top. Here's McDonald. Back for Williams. Top of the circle shot. And knocked out of play by Cole Walter. Good job getting the upper body on it to make the stop.
Need a puck. 5 times. Need a puck. Here we go.
Ref getting a little impatient there as he waits for the puck. We'll have another face-off to the right of Cole Walter here. Do not have the shots on goal in this game, but it's been pretty even, I'd say, so far. Michigan certainly has had the better of the chances here over the last handful of minutes, but we remain at 5-5. 1:34 to go on the Michigan power play as they start things over in their own end. Outlet pass broken up by Corey Kohut, the captain, who will send it out to center. As Michigan has it here. Suggs looking for Nels, who will send it in deep. Azarevitz, 3 assists for him tonight. Over to Suggs and back across for McDonald. Here's McDonald, good stick by Ryan Spence. Gets a piece of it and kills off some more time on this Michigan penalty. Or this Bradley penalty, Michigan power play, that is. Halfway through it, 1 minute to go for the Wolverines on the power play. Off the stick of Azarevitz, and it rolls to Bishop, who gives it away. Now over to Azarevitz here. He'll hand it off at the line. Culver into the zone with speed. Here's Sebastian Culver holding it down on the left wing side. Back up for Keller at the point. And now Culver to Keller. And over for Suggs. His pass in the slot. Azarevitz across. Redirect broken up by Kohut. What a play by the Bradley defenseman there. Back to the point. The shot into the glove of Cole Walter. That was going over the top, but a great save by Walter nonetheless as he gets the stoppage with 19 seconds to go on the power play here for these Michigan Wolverines. Pushing hard here in the third period of a 5-5 game between these two teams meeting for the first time ever in program history. Back to the point. One back, the shot, the save from Cole Walter. who's right on it there for the Braves. Walter has been very good in net tonight for Bradley. And now one by Michigan. It's unable to be kept by Keller. And that should pretty much do it for the Wolverine power play unless they can get something going here on the tail end of it. Time will run out, so Bradley kills off the penalty and keeps this game at 5-5. Here's Pierce, fresh onto the ice after taking over for Tommy Shack, who got out of the box. Turnover by the Braves. Taking a hold of, down low, and a chance. Loose puck, save Walter. He kicked it away. Great play by the Bradley goaltender. Lucas trying to get it out for Vanderos now, who's got it for Michigan. The shot, and it's patted away by Walter. Here's Huber with it now. He'll load it up, and that deflects off the stick of Forstner in the corner. Michigan pushing hard here in this third period. Bradley needing to get this puck out, and now taken by Sam Bryant, who will maneuver his way into the neutral zone, and down the ice it goes as Bryant will come off for a much-needed change for that Bradley unit. Now this will bank down. Crandall will go and play it here for the Braves as he'll send it over for Corey Kohut. Kohut stumbles a bit, able to find it to Pearson, now to Davis. Here's Tommy Davis going in for Bradley, trying to wrap it around, nobody home, and now Tuttle able to send it wide into the corner. Braves after it here is Flood, picks up the stick of Davis. Davis trying to keep it in on the boards, and now Michigan forces it out as they get past Crandall into the zone. Good step-up play by Martin for Michigan. Now Kohut over for Davis, who can't handle it as he tries to get it at center. Now back into the Bradley territory. Corey Kohut able to retrieve it for the Braves. Now Kohut out ahead for Lucas and for Flood. Michigan handles it here as they move it ahead. Here's Schulman into the zone, meets the stick of Lucas. Schulman off the side of the net. Davis flipping it to the corner as he's shoved up along the boards. Back to the point. Here's Tyson Suggs. They'll swing it over as the shot steers off the stick of Walter off the glass. To the line and forced out by Bradley as they'll have another chance to change here with 13:05 to go in the third. Action picking up on both ends of the ice, but Michigan with the bulk of the chances here in this third period. Here's Schulman down low, trying to get for Lucas is Bradley, and now they'll keep it and get it right back to Lucas. Now the long pass from Lucas connects with Seth Bishop, and that will result in a free puck here for Schulman. 3-on-3 into the zone. Here's Schulman, a redirection save from Cole Walter. Down low it goes. Williams trying to find Nels, who has it go into the corner now. Michigan getting set up across for Williams. That hops the stick. Bishop can't get it out. Nels crosses paths with Williams. And now Bradley finally takes it as it's Lucas to move it out and send it deep. A lot of dump and chase here in this third period for Bradley. Now Etchison going out front looking for Sorrentino and out of his reach. Bryant banks it off the boards. Etchison sails it right back in here with under 12 to play now in this third period. Off the stick of Sorrentino on the forecheck, but Michigan retains possession. Here's Williams into the zone now for Michigan. Looking for his second of the night. He scored now. Shack and now Melbon for Bradley. Melbon trying to go around for Sorrentino. Can't win the foot race, but it's sent out anyway. This will be an icing against the Braves as Shack can't quite win the foot race against Keller, and will go back down to Bradley territory. 5-5. We remain here in the third. A goal just a minute and a half in or so for Michigan to get this game tied. And that's where we stand right now. It was 3-0 Bradley. It was 5-2 Bradley. But Michigan has fought back thanks to a hat trick from Jimmy Nels. Giveaway here, Huber trying to get it as well as Forstner, as Walter has to look around, and we're going to get a whistle here and a hand pass called by the officials against Bradley. So the face-off goes to the right of Walter. Correct call made by the officials there. Off the face-off, one back by Michigan. And now Melbon out in front, digging away at Walter. Turnaround try, kicked away again by Walter as it's sent back behind the net. A chance out front, great play by Davis to step up for Bradley. Tough angle shot is blocked on the shot from Christian, and it will come all the way down. Boy, Michigan has looked like the much stronger team here in this third period as they are pushing hard. Bradley has not had many offensive chances here in this period. Let's see if maybe they can get one going here as Corey Coat has it. Finds the stick of the freshman Andrew Spence. His shot right square in center for Christopher Scott, who makes the save. Bradley getting an offensive zone face-off at least, which is a change of scenery for them in this period. Off the draw, taken back by Michigan as they look to break it out of the zone. Coat sends it right back in, delayed offside, but Bradley able to take up on time. Now Spence working it there for the Braves. And now shoved out of the zone. Coat's got to race to it here for Bradley. Leaves it back for his defense partner Crandall, and up ahead as Pierce trying to grab it but cannot. Bradley right in the middle of a change. Bradley after it now. Coat takes a ride on the glass and now swings it over for Lucchese in the defensive end as Bradley moves ahead. Here's Pierce working it for Bradley along the left wing side. Zach Pierce in the slot, shoots, glove, save, and held on to by Scott. That was a good looking save from Christopher Scott, who has played a great game in nets after coming in relief for the goaltender Riley Noble, who was pulled after the first period. And he has certainly earned his keep here. 5-5 the score. 3 unanswered right now from the Michigan Wolverines. 9:40 to go in this game. Here comes Michigan out of the zone. Across the line, Azarevitz looking for it. Nels back over. Williams, good puck movement here from the Wolverines before it's broken up. Floated in and handled by Lucchese. That was a good looking play, but now moved out by Davis. Here's Tommy Davis into the zone. Trying to go over for David Tuttle in front. Tuttle's got a goal tonight, his second of the year. And now poked away by Scott as Michigan will take a hold of it. Here's Azarevitz into the zone. Leaves it back. Whoa, big hit right at the blue line. Azarevitz went down hard. And I couldn't tell who. It's Lucchese for Bradley, who's a little shaken up. He went really hard into the boards. And that's right in front of us here. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get this at all on replay. No, we're not. But that's Sam Lucchese, who's down right now for Bradley. Trainer's going to come out. I think maybe Lucchese just got the wind knocked out of him. But, man, that was a big collision with Azarevitz. And hopefully Lucchese is okay. He's got the helmet off now, as you see. And I think he's going to be okay, but boy, that was a scary looking hit as Schmidt and Davis are going to help him off the ice here. That's Sam Lucchese for Bradley going hard into the boards after a collision with Nick Azarevitz. And hopefully Sam Lucchese is okay, but we'll keep an eye on that storyline moving forward. But not a good sign for Bradley as the trainer will come and check him out on the bench. So Bradley down a defenseman at least for right now in a 5-5 game. Here's Michigan right back into the offensive zone. Bryant behind the net now as Bradley will play it here. Kept in by the Wolverines. Here's a chance. Huber all out scores! It's Huber, his second of the game, second of the year, and Michigan has their first lead of the night at 6-5. Take a look at that shot.
26 from 9.
So Ethan Vanderoos getting the assist there on the goal, and so Michigan has goal number 6 in their first lead of this game, right after the injury to Sam Lucchese, who's still getting checked out by the trainer right now. And in the process, Bradley has called a timeout, probably the right move at this stage of the game. Bradley has led, again, 5-2 and 3-0 in this game, and they've let that lead slip away into a Michigan lead now, 6-5. Now there is still a lot of time left, 8:41 in the game, so lots of time for Bradley to work. But again, the bigger story right now is Sam Lucchese is injured for the Braves. He's getting checked out by the trainer after a collision, and we'll see if he'll be able to go back. My guess is probably he's done for the remainder of the game, but you never know. We'll see. But right now, Bradley with their backs against the wall now with 8:41 to go as Michigan leads 6-5 over Bradley. Wolverines win the draw. Sent in the zone by Culver. Kohut after it for the Braves. Also in there, Trevor Cooney for Bradley. Sent around to the other side. Atchison able to gather it in. Backhands it to the line and out as it's sent out of play. Offside it would have been anyway for Michigan. That'll stop the clock with 8:20 to go. We'll see the method of attack that Bradley decides to go with here during these final 8:20. Of course, this has been a tough game for Bradley. 2 shorthanded goals against in it, both in the second period. Now Kohut over for a long pass ahead for Cooney. Tripped up. No penalty called, those will keep playing on. And now moved ahead by Nels for Michigan, native of Park Ridge, Illinois. Now nearly a giveaway, but instead it rolls to Seth Bishop. He's got Cooney with him. Bishop dropping it back for Cooney. Over and broken up in the slot, but kept by Melbon, who fans on it. And sent down, juggled by Bryant, who's worked up right along the Michigan bench area. Atchison scoops it deep. He'll come off for a change along with Trevor Cooney. Rest of the Braves stay out there. Now Melbon swings it over for Shack and deflects over off of Sorrentino. Swung in deep here by Williams. And now over on the far side boards for Forstner. Muscles it there with Melbon. And kept in the long deflection in front. Bryant trying to dig away. Another backhander, save Walter. And Melbon takes it to the corner as it's picked up by Davis. Michigan continuing to push hard here. That is blocked by Bryant and sent up into the air. As Davis trying to play it here for Michigan. Bryant banks it before it's intercepted by Rubishko and back down. 6:37 to go. Michigan with 4 unanswered right now and a 6-5 lead. Crandall picked off by Larson, and now back to Crandall in his own end. Now Crandall ahead for Rubishko as it's picked off. Those two playing catch. Kohut loses an edge. Down he goes, and a chance for Michigan. In front, no goal. As Walter was arguing right away, the official says no goal. And boy, that would have been Culver. Let's see. Keep an eye. And not great camera work by me, so apologies, but the official waved that off right away. Culver was not happy with it, or Schumann and Culver right in front there, but no goal. And Lucchese looks like he's about done for the game here. And we're going to have a face-off outside of the zone. So Lucchese is over here on the other side of the rink. He's got the top half of his gear off, so he'll be done for the game. Bradley down a man. Here's Shouty. Bounces off a body. And now Coat able to get it out. Here's Spence into the zone now. Andrew Spence, number 76, behind as it goes for Bryant. Sam Bryant for the Braves over for Schmidt. And ahead now. Nearly intercepted. Braves take it back though. Here's Zach Pierce into the zone. Moves it in. Here's Pierce to the front. And moved down low by Spence as he gets pummeled down low. Boy, that was a dangerous looking play as it's still under Spence as both teams continue to whack away. And now Ryan Spence right back on his feet, throwing the body himself. Boy, things getting physical here. And Michigan continuing to bark at the refs here. I'm not sure what we're going to get. I think we're going to get at least one penalty. So Spence is going to go for Bradley. And I believe Michigan will get a player in the box as well.
Both of you, in the box. Let's go.
That's Suggs and Spence.
Okay. 54 over here. He's got a minor for roughing.
So,
Number 11 over here. He's got a minor for roughing.
all right.
The other gentleman's got a 10-minute misconduct.
So we've got a 10-minute misconduct as well. So I'm not sure who that was against, but you could kind of hear the Michigan bench yelling at the officials. So I think it's somebody on Michigan that picked up that 10-minute. So we'll see what we get. But right now, there was the two roughing calls, one against Suggs for Michigan and one against Ryan Spence for Bradley. And then there's also a 10-minute misconduct, which I believe is going to be against Michigan. But they didn't specify a number on that misconduct, so I'm not sure who that misconduct is against. So we are going to have 4-on-4 with 5:14 to go. And again, I believe that extra penalty is going to go against Michigan. But I can't tell who that other player is in the box. Suggs is one of them. But here we go. 4-on-4, offensive zone draw for Bradley with 5:14 to go. Michigan wins the draw. Trying to keep it in the offensive zone are the Braves. Left to regroup as Cooney will drop it for Crandall. Good passing here as Sorrentino moves in. Oh, he took out the ref. Nick Sorrentino, just incidental and accidental contact from Sorrentino. Hopefully the ref's okay. Now Crandall down low trying to protect for Bradley here on the 4-on-4. Trying to glove it down as he muscles off a Michigan player. That's Martin and out of the zone. Williams, Walter will play it. Perfectly ahead for Cooney. 4:25 to go. Here's Cooney. Shot off the back of the net and taken by Michigan here. 1:05 to go of 4-on-4 time for these teams. Here's McDonald. Slams on the brakes. Davis up ahead for Cooney, who might have a break. Here's Trevor Cooney cutting inside. Bryant in there as well. Good job to get a stick on it for Sam Bryant. Looking down low for Davis, but it's taken by the Michigan offense instead. 45 to go of 4-on-4 time for these two teams. Now Melbon. Banked for Bryant. Gave it away. Here's Forstner. Slows it down. Back to the point. The shot from Keller is steered aside by Walter. Back to the line. Keller. Bishop trying to get a loose stick on it. Now it's taken down low by Forstner. Protecting the puck is Forstner as he'll cycle it back. Huber, he's got 2 goals tonight. And now down low for Forstner. Working against Bryant. Forstner trying to find an open lane as he still works with it here. There's Forstner. That shot is blocked. Bounces over for Larson, and we're back to even strength 5-on-5 with 3:10 to go for the Braves. Melbon going over now as Bryant and Davis wait for that puck to come free. Loose puck dug out in the corner. Spence and Bryant back to the line. Kept in. Larson's shot patted away by Walter as Bishop gets a stick on it here and ahead for Davis. 1-on-3. Davis trying to get around the defense but cannot. 2:43 to go. Now Crandall over to the other side as he'll swing it around for Andrew Spence. Puck rides the rails a little bit there as Spence gathers it in. Now up ahead looking for Pierce. And now Ryan Spence to Zach Pierce. Time continuing to be a big priority here for Bradley with 2:18 to go. We'll keep an eye on Cole Walter and see if Bradley decides to pull the goalie for the extra attacker. Crandall trying to get out of his own end here. Now Pierce met by Shouty and Culver. That's blockered aside. Now Crandall gets a stick on it. Bradley trying to move it out. Could be a break for Pierce if he can get to it. And just ran out of gas there at the end as it's cleared down. Walter still in his crease here with 1:50 to go for Bradley to try and get this game tied up. Davis into the zone. Shack plays it here. Now Shack over looking for a teammate and now pushed out by Michigan. Here's Williams. He's got a goal tonight. Left in the slot. Cutting inside. Nels denied. Good play by Walter as Shack flips it down the ice. This will not be an icing as it didn't have enough gas on it there. 1:18 to go. Walter still in his crease. Hasn't had a chance really to get moving. Now Davis chops it up the wall. 1:10 to go. Pass ahead. Williams into the zone. Azarevitz. He'll load it up. And that's stopped by Walter as well. Crandall. And Kohut plays it here for Shack. Under a minute now to play. Walter creeping out of his crease, waiting for the signal from the Bradley coaching staff. Atchison plays it. And now here comes Walter. This is going to roll back into Bradley territory. 42 seconds to play. Josh Crandall will get things started here for Trevor Cooney. Braves top unit out right now. Davis has it deflect off a stick. Culver trying to get it into the empty net, and he does. Sebastian Culver with the empty netter, and that should just about do it here from Canton as Michigan has a 7-5 lead. We'll get the official scoring here in just a minute.
7-7 blue unassisted.
As it's Culver with the unassisted goal. And that is going to be a disappointing finish here for Bradley, who led by 3 goals twice in this game and let it slip away. Michigan with a really strong third period here on their home ice, and this one going to be one that stings for Bradley, certainly. And 27 to go here in the third. We'll see if we get any last-second pushback from the Braves. This one deflects, and down it goes for Bryant. Braves gonna fall here to 9-8 on the year, and Michigan will move to 9-7 as that puck deflects down with 3.8 seconds to go. And clock will stop at 3.8. And so face-off in the Michigan offensive zone here. Again, these two teams will meet tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock Central time for the folks back in the Peoria area. Face-off won by Bradley. They'll just take it and hold on to it as that will do it. And look out, we've got a little extra shoving going on here after the whistle. That's Core and Bryant going after each other. A little physical play. Bad blood between these two teams at the end, but that will do it. Michigan wins it on their home ice 7-5. They score 5 unanswered to close out this game. They trailed 5-2. They get 2 shorthanded goals in the game as well, and Bradley let this one slip away. This one's going to sting, and we'll see how the Braves respond tomorrow, but a disappointing end to what was a really strong start for Bradley here tonight, but not so much the finish, as the Braves will fall to, again, 9-8 overall. They'll drop to 2-6 on Friday games. They have really struggled this year on Friday. And a tough loss here tonight for Bradley. Davis with 4 points, but not enough, as Bradley falls to 9-8 after a 7-5 loss to Michigan. That'll pretty much wrap up our coverage. Again, Michigan with 5 unanswered goals to win it here 7-5. Thanks for joining us here on the Bradley Hockey Network. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 o'clock Central Time for game number 2 of this series between Bradley and Michigan, and we'll see if Bradley can turn it around tomorrow. Again, 7-5, Michigan wins it over Bradley. Thanks for joining us here on the Bradley Hockey Network. I'm Matt Harrington saying so long from the Arctic Edge Ice Arena in Canton, Michigan.